welcome back to Movie Fridays, and this week we are going to take a look at one of my favorite action movies from 1984, Red Dawn. This movie takes place in an alternate timeline in which the Cold War continued, and this small little town in Colorado is invaded by a group of Russians, and they come parachuting down, which leaves a bunch of high schoolers that see this for the first time go running towards the hills and have to try and figure out how to survive on their own, while also finding a way to, well, fight them off. But it's not the Russians that are coming in. It's also the Cubans and the other countries here, because one of them, it feels like I'm going to see the N-word if I try to pronounce it, so a heavy pass on that. This film also has a bunch of well-known 80s actors, so much that I wrote down notes here just to name all the actors. So Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Charlie Sheen, Darren Dalton, and Jennifer Grey. So you have Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen as the two main brothers, Matt and Jed Eckerd, that run the renegade group Wolverines, and do the best they can to not only adapt to their new environment, learn how to survive on their own, learn how to use weapons, all this type of stuff. And the teenagers are just thrusted into survival because of the invasion of the Russians and Cubans and group of others that paired up with the both of them. For an action film of the 1980s where pretty much teenage, coming-of-age, action, comedy films were pretty much the greatest there were out there, all the actors do a fantastic job of playing off one another, and they also have a good chemistry going for them. The action is really well executed. The moments where the Wolverines come in and save the day from all these people outside of the town that are either on the verge of dying, like they're about to be gunned down, or they're in a concentration camp. Character development is also another great part of this movie. I will give a fair warning right now that this does dive into spoilers, so if you do not want to see what I'm talking about with the spoilers and you want to see the movie for yourself, go to this timeline that I've texted right here in editing. Right around the end of the movie, Colonel Bella is having second thoughts on, was this war worth it? And he's writing out this letter to what I would assume is his wife, and how much he misses her, and if this war was worth it, and they'll probably lose in the end. Colonel Bella comes out, he has an AK in his hands, points it towards the boys. He just looks at them. They're on the verge of dying, and without even shooting at them, he just motions them to move along. And afterwards, he just looks at himself, his hands. A thought is a little like the letter that he was writing to his wife, where there's pretty much no point in him fighting anymore. They pretty much have failed, and they will primarily be gone. And, well, Colonel Bella just faces that fact. He has a kind heart just to let them go. And it's just that part of the movie where it's just like, just the perfect touch. Absolutely perfect. I don't have much else to say about it, except the action's great, story is well executed, love all these actors that portray their characters. Score? That's also another good one to add to the list. And a quick answer to the question you may type in the comments: no, I am not going to take a look at that shitty Red Dawn remake that was supposed to come out in 2009, but due to MGM's financial troubles, was sent off to another distributor, which that came out in 2012, making the movie so outdated. Sorry. I will not review that shitty remake, mostly because it's a piece of shit. Not even if you pay me $100, no, $50 because of just how garbage that remake is. And somehow, that came out as the second worst movie I've ever seen, on top of Terminator Genisys, which also that was the worst movie I've ever seen. But anyways, if you have seen the original 1984 Red Dawn movie and personally enjoyed the film, or at least you have some sort of favorite 80s action film, in the very least, tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!